Okay, thank you, Matt. Next weekend, you can help two local programs celebrate decades of nurturing kids' imagination and creativity. The Connecticut Children's Museum and Creating Kids will be holding a joint celebration and fundraiser in New Haven. And here with me this morning, we have board member Sonique Asari and Sabrina Silverstein, the executive director of the Connecticut Children's Museum. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited to get into this, ladies. So first up, for folks, who may not be familiar with some of the programming you guys offer, I imagine this has been somewhat of a challenge over the past 25 to 30 years to, continue to foster imagination and creativity in the digital age. So tell us about some of the changes over the years.
Thanks so much for asking. Sandra Malmquist founded this organization 25 and 30 years ago, and she founded it on a vision of building community that works together, that nurtures creativity. And what we're doing is really continuing that vision. So we have three branches of our organization. We have the Child Care Center, we have Creating Kids, and then we have the museum piece, and then we actually have an early childhood resource center to offer professional development and free resources to teachers in the area. So what we do is we really listen to people. We talk to the community, we work with them, and we make sure we want our museum up to date with everything that's happening. We want our children to have the most up-to-date ability to work with everything, and creativity doesn't change. So the ability to be creative, to be outside with nature, to work with each other.
Yes,
that's what we really focus on.
It's always a good idea to get them involved in something that's, away from screens for a little bit. Now, there may be a couple of screens at the museum, but it's not like, just sitting with an iPad all afternoon.
We really believe, and you can speak from knowledge experience, we really believe in hands-on learning.
Yes, it's a very hands-on learning environment, and the museum is actually very low tech. There are no screens. There's a lot of natural wood. One of my favorite rooms is the musical room. There's a wooden xylophone and woodwinds instruments and pianos. So the museum really heavily lies on the natural, low tech element of things.
Love that, love that. Okay, now you guys have a big gala coming up. Tell us what folks can expect.
Yeah, so the gala is going to be a New Haven celebration, raising funds for Creating Kids and the Connecticut Children's Museum. And there's going to be a lot of local sponsors, some of them Yale University, Sally and Pepe's Pizza in New Haven. So there's going to be a lot of local flavor and also local sips from East Rock Brewery as well as Black Hog Brewery. So it's going to be a live music event. So there's going to be live music from some local child musicians as well as a silent auction. So we have a really fun evening planned for everyone, and we hope that it goes off successfully.
Yes. Now you guys have a pretty big goal, fundraising goal. It's $35,000, right?
We do. We thought we'd take the 30th and the difference between the 25 and 30 years and go for $35K.
Yeah, but I have a feeling, you guys won't be able, you guys won't have a hard time, rather. You will be able, won't have a hard time getting the extra $5,000 from someone generous out there who's feeling the generosity in their spirit.
Yes.
We sure hope so.
Yeah, okay. Now, are tickets still up for grabs?
They sure are.
Okay.
Yes, tickets are available. They can be found at our website, thechildrensbuilding.org, as well as our Instagram page, which has the same name, The Children's Building.
Awesome, awesome. Now, really quickly, how do you guys plan to use the funding from the gala?
Great question. We really hope to increase access and deepen our partnerships across the community to continue this community vibe that we want to work with. We're hoping to add some programs to the museum, to the ones that already exist, add some programs to Creating Kids that already exist, and also increase those free resources for all the early childhood professionals in the greater New Haven area.
Love that. We know education professionals definitely give so much of themselves, and oftentimes from out of their own pocket, to help supplement the needs of the students in the classroom. Right. So we love free 99, as I like to say on the show. Thank you, ladies, for joining us.